This story is sponsored by DigElog ROCORI 2.0. The DigElog network now publishes to Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, so we are where you are. DigElog ROCORI 2.0, where ROCORI people connect. 1 month ago, just before the Oscar Awards in February of 2009, DigElog ROCORI had the chance to sit down and talk to Chaplain Gerard Dols. Growing up in Richmond, Minnesota, Dols made a connection with Harvey Milk, the main character in the film Milk. Although he would not know it at the time, this connection would completely change Dols' life. In part 1 of this story, DigElog ROCORI founder Dwayne Coos discusses Dols' early life growing up in Richmond.
Yeah, I'd like you to introduce yourself and bring us back to your beginnings just like you did on the radio program. And in fact, I'd like to spend some serious time about the community of Richmond and even what you remember of that community and growing up. So please introduce yourself, Gerard.
Hello, my name is Chaplain Gerard Dols. I am from Richmond, Minnesota, and today I want to share my testimony. I want to say thank you for the opportunity to share my life. There's a movie out called Milk right now, and a lot of people don't know anything about it. It's about a gay leader. And this leader became a friend of mine, and I went to see the movie because I heard there was 2 parts that I'm in, and a lot of people from my hometown don't realize that there's a little bit about myself, and so today I want to share with you my life and how I knew Harvey Milk, because it's called Milk and it's up for 8 Academy Awards. So today I want to share with you my life and how I went from dark to light and how I went from the gay lifestyle to become a born-again Christian.
Great. As you look back in time in terms of your growing up, I know there are immediate issues in terms of the challenges that you had from birth.
Yes, I was raised in Richmond, and about the first 15 years of my life, I went back and forth from Richmond to St. Paul to Gillette Children's Hospital, where I kind of went back and forth. I had about 15, 20 operations during those 15 years. And it was very hard on my family. In fact, when I was 3 months old, they put me away at Gillette, and my mom and dad could not touch me during that 17 months. So it was really hard on my mom and dad. And I have great parents, very loving, caring parents, but it was hard because I was gone a lot. And so I didn't have I had a good relationship, it was very distant, very isolated for me because I didn't have no way to play with kids because of my disability. My disability is I have no kneecap in my right knee, and my hip socket is artificial. I have a plastic hip socket, and so I was born this way. And but like I said, 15 years of my life in and out, and growing up in Richmond. So, and my family at that time had one supper club called Jerry's Supper Club in Richmond.
In Richmond, whereabouts? How close did you grow up near the supper club?
Well, we were just a block away from the Catholic Church. And I don't know what street it was because we didn't have streets names yet. When I was growing up, we had dirt roads first, and then we had the tar. And so it was just really, I was a block away from the church. And so it's a small town. At that time, it was about 866. I remember it was about 866 when we came to town.
When you think back to, am I assuming correctly, as a good Catholic family, a part of Richmond, right?
I was raised Catholic. I remember that I wanted to know God more. I mean, going to the Catholic Church by myself, I would sit there and, I always question, are you real? Are you alive? I just didn't get any answers, And but I had a strong faith. I just didn't know how I was going to get it developed at that time.
Okay. Did you then go to the Catholic elementary school, or did you go to public?
I went to public school.
Okay.
So.
And so the public school at that time was in Richmond still, or was it in Cold Spring?
It was Richmond. Yeah.
Okay. As you think of those young years, and we'll kind of take phases here.
Okay.
As you think as elementary school, what memories do you have? Good, bad, and otherwise.
Well, as a disabled person, there was a man that came to town. His name was Mr. Heeman. He came in and he took all the disability people, all the deaf people together, and they brought him to Cold Spring. So I actually went to public school in Cold Spring. It was a lot of stereotyping. I think he really messed a lot of people. I mean, I feel like I was messed up by going to Cold Spring because, they stereotyped me because I'm disabled. And what's funny about that is his son was deaf, and his son didn't have to go to school like that. And I was very angry. So I went to public school in Richmond for a year, first grade, or 2 years, kindergarten and first.
As you look at the issue of disabilities that you lived through, and now our approach to things, do you think have we made any progress?
Oh yeah, because I don't think Mr. Heeman, well, I'm not zeroing him, but I don't think they will get away with it now. I think there's a lot laws to protect disability people. Well, I have 5 brothers. The oldest brother is about 9 years old. The next one was 8, 6, 5. One brother who's a year and a half older than I am, and a younger brother, 4 years younger. We're a very close family. Like I said, I was very distant because of my disability. They got to play with other kids. I didn't. So I got to look into their world, but I wasn't in their world. I was just looking into it. It was hard.